What is going on, everyone? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions, and this is my boy Weston. A lot of you guys might know him. If you guys don't, his name is Weston Moore. He's one of the mentors within the Flipping Wheels lesson library, and I'm going to talk to you on why this dingleberry is sitting right behind you. So first of all, I want to wish you guys an amazing Sunday. For those that are tuning in for the first time, our Sunday Stock Talks are something that we host on a weekly basis. Every single week, 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I go live. I break down at least 10 stocks for those members that tune in live. And that's really just it. It's, again, just to get us back into... It's to get us back into the routine of making sure that we're prepared for the week. Again, the stock market is normally open from Monday to Friday, and market opens at 6:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So what better way to make sure that we're all ready to go? Before we get started, I want to cover a couple different things. I started a challenge about 1 month ago for the Learn Plan Profit members and for TechBot Solution members, right? It was the $1,000 challenge for our members to follow up with us, and then we'll be able to decide who's the winner, right? And that's something that I'm going to be doing tomorrow. So make sure by the end of today, that's all you have, if you've been following up with me on a weekly basis, that you direct message me. Keep it short and sweet about your profit update, what led to your success, what you could have done better, and that's it. Again, we're going to be going through all the messages tomorrow and then selecting one member that we're going to be giving away $1,000. That's part of Learn Plan Profit. We're going to be doing the same exact thing for the TechBot Solution members that have been following up with us, but only giving away $100, which is still cool, right? We're empowering you to be consistent, lock in those profits and stay green, and then, a little incentive for those that end up winning. So altogether, I hope that you guys have killed it last month. Last week alone, I did not have one red day. If you guys saw each update, right, I recap my trades every single day. I made a little bit over $4,500, $4,587.40 if I'm not mistaken. That's something that I was able to do mainly within 4 days. My day on Friday was not the best. I was down originally. Well, I was green, then red, then green again. Made like $152 that day, so not bad. Why do I have Weston behind me? I want you guys to guess. What is Weston doing behind me? No, it doesn't have anything to do with him being from Arkansas. It has nothing to do with him investing in cars. Nothing like that. Why is this guy behind me? What's going on, Toby? What's up? What's
going on,
So we got
everybody?
Al flipping wheels. He knows about Game of Thrones. God looking. Oh, he won the challenge. No, he won no challenge. That's for sure. The beard. All right, here we go. What's going on, Jerry? All right, so you guys are guessing all over the place. He's your bodyguard. No, not at all.
Whoa.
The reason Weston is behind me is he jumped on a call, right? We offer free calls for any time that you have any questions about the Flipping Wheels group, which is like the group that we have, the mentorship for investing in cars. He was on a call, and he told me, dude, Rick, some guy called me and asked, wait, you live with Ricky, but you don't day trade with him? And then he was like, how'd you say it? He was like, oh.
Yeah, it is kind of stupid.
He's like, oh, shit, Bolt. And then he was like, he's from Arkansas, so it's okay for me to say that.
No.
But one of the things that he wanted to test out is the reason that Weston and I actually got in contact with one another was because he continued to post things about investing in cars. I actually just messaged him randomly on Instagram. He continued to tag me, and then I sent him a direct message. He visited our team, and then now he actually lives with us. Actually, every member within TechBot Solutions is that lives with us is that they're either family members or people that I met on Instagram. And that's a pretty cool thing, I think. But one of the things that we wanted to do is, as we're finishing up this challenge that we just did for the $1,000 for the Learn Plan Profit members and the $100 for the TechBot Solution members, I know that we have a lot of people that are just getting started, a lot of people that are paper trading. So what better way to empower people to be consistent, lock in profits, and only trade what you see value in by having someone that is in your same footsteps? Weston, would you consider yourself an advanced trader? Let me answer that for you. No. Not at all. Weston started off with watching my videos when it came down to investing in the stock market or day trading. But with his success in investing in cars, he saw much more value in there for his time. And he's been able to work with our Flipping Wheels group as a mentor and do very well with that. Now he just wanted to kind of explore, other options, right? And while he's still, right after, you're going to have to leave in just a couple of minutes because he's actually selling his Toyota Tacoma for how much profit?
$2,300.
And how many weeks?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. All right, so 2,300 in 3 weeks. We call it taco. But again, there's nothing wrong while being able to juggle a couple different things to want to pursue something in a very in a way that I think a lot of people can manage risk. So if you're hearing paper trading or simulation for the first time, I would encourage you to Google search it or to search it on YouTube. I actually have the most popular video on YouTube if you want to check that out. But the easiest way for me to put it, just to keep it short and simple, is I have Weston that is going to be shadowing me for the next week. So Monday through Friday, if you're part of the Learn Plan Profit group and you watch me trade live, you're going to be able to see this beautiful face every single morning with me, and then he's going to be trading right beside me. I want you guys to share your guys' opinion of what you guys think about that. My goal for him
Complete beginner, by the way.
Complete beginner.
That's the cool part.
We're going to set him up on the TD Ameritrade platform. He's going to start and begin paper trading, and every position that he takes is something that he's going to run past me. The weekly goal that I'm going to be setting for him is what? What should his weekly goal for a beginner trading right beside me start at? So we got Sean saying that it's badass. Let's see. I like it. Blessing says Tina, study 3%, 2 to 3%. Don't
3.
copy his trades. 5, 10%, 5, 10, 2, 3. What would you want to set it at?
3.
Okay, well, I'm gonna set it at 5. That's the goal that I'm gonna set for you. If you want to set it at 3.
I can do 5.
You can do 5?
Yeah.
I'm excited, right? It's a goal. It's not something that you have to actually hit, but it's something to work towards. And I just wanted to let you guys know that this is something, if you wanted to call it a challenge, great. He's actually going to be documenting the entire thing on his YouTube channel. His YouTube channel mainly has to do, he just started a couple months ago, about investing in cars. It's a bunch of free content about that. If I'm not mistaken, it's the second link in the description. I would encourage you, he's going to start with his first upload tomorrow. I would encourage you, if you want to follow the process of a beginner who's going to be shadowing me and sharing his point of view, trading right beside me, and either sharing his success or his failure just for 5 days. You guys can unsubscribe if you guys don't like listening to his Arkansas accent. Trust me, I would too. But altogether, it's, again, if you guys want to stay up to date with that challenge, that's going to be the only way to how to do it. So again, second link in the description, check it out. The goal that I'm going to be setting for him is 5%. He set a goal for himself of 3% or 2 to 3%. Again, I want you guys to know that he's going to be trading right beside me, so he's going to have a little bit more assistance in making sure that I understand what position he's taking and what position he's selling and stuff like that. So I just wanted to make sure that we cleared that up. Appreciate Weston. Go sell that truck.
All right.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
So he does not wake up very early. Hey guys, for all my members within Learn Plan Profit, what time do we wake up? Especially for all my members in Hawaii.
I want to know this.
What time do we wake up?
Fayetteville, let's go.
Let's see.
Okay.
So we wake up at 5, 6:30, 6 a.m., 5.
3:30 a.m.
Oh no, dude, we have people that stay up. Right, that stay up till like whatever their minute is, that stay up till 2 to 3 just to tune into the live stream for Learn Plan Profit. These are the people that you're going to be competing with. We got 3 a.m., 5, 7. Weston has never seen that number because first of all, he goes to bed before 6 o'clock, which 6 p.m., and he wakes up at 9.
On a good day.
On a good day, totally kidding. He normally wakes up at around 8 to 10.
10? That's like Sundays.
Why Sundays, dude? What do you...
It's a day of rest.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man.
All right,
Excited for this. And again, if you guys want to stay up with his progress, that's going to be that second link in the description. Feel free to subscribe to his YouTube channel, dislike all his videos.
Do it.
And
no, don't do that part. Do the other part.
yeah. But again, I hope that you guys are excited for this. This is just to empower a lot of our beginner traders to have someone to follow that, again, might be in your same stage when it comes down to learning how to trade. And if you guys like that idea, I would really, really appreciate the thumbs up in this video. And hopefully that's something that we can continue, regardless if it's with Weston or not. Maybe that we can fly out a Learn Plan Profit member or something like that to shadow me for 2 to 3 days, as that can be something that I don't think we've ever really done before, where it's solely just focused in trading the stock market. So let's go ahead and get started. I really do appreciate that. I know we took 9 minutes to start that up. I also did want to let you guys know that from the first video that I uploaded today, I don't know if you guys checked that video out, we're getting a lot of positive feedback. So I shared exactly how I trade ETFs. I talked about the natural gas report, why I focus on futures. It's a 13-minute video. I'd encourage you to check it out if you've ever wondered why I have such a strong focus on trading ETFs. We also do have a $40 off coupon, the Learn Plan Profit Lesson Library. If I'm not mistaken, that's the first link in the description, and the coupon is right below that. So if you want to sign up and watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow, then again, that's going to be that first link in the description. Just make sure that you use that coupon code that will give you $40 off. So let's go ahead and get started. For all those that are tuning in live right now, feel free to share your top stock in the ticker call out format. If you want me to break down your top stock, Justin right now is going to be sharing the ticker call out format. And that is exactly the format that you should be breaking down stocks in. I just want to make sure that, again, you don't trade based off of my opinion and that you have your own 2 cents right before, hearing me out and stuff like that. So I wanted to see this question that I got. I missed it. Let's see. All right, let's get started. So we have a couple of people sharing their ticker call out format. So Ricky, I like that, Jose. Well, congrats. TRNX. What's going on, Carlos? Here we go. TRNX. Here we go. So on the 5-day, 5-minute chart, we can see that this thing has been showing signs of an uptrend. It already looks like it has signs of a pump and dump. Yeah, this would be something that I would completely avoid. If it's trending up and you see value in it intraday, again, great, all power to you. When it comes down to something that I think that will last, not at all. This is showing very similar patterns and overall just qualities, such as BPTH, what was the other one? HUNT. And again, there are a series of stocks that get manipulated, that get pumped with either false news that drive the price up, and after that hype dies out, it will most likely begin to pull back. So again, just be on high alert. It doesn't mean that you can't make money off of them. It just means that they're extremely risky. So as long as you understand that, just make sure that, in my opinion, it wouldn't really make sense to hold any of these positions overnight, as the risk would be too great in comparison to the potential for profit. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. The next one is AMC. Again, make sure that they're in the ticker call out format. Here we go. Ticker symbol AMC. So on the 1-day, 1-minute chart, it looks like on Friday it had a pretty green day, right? Okay, so one of the big focuses that I like to have when it comes down to understanding, right? If I were to ask you, and I know I mainly focus on trading. That's all I do, right? When it comes down to an investment, right? When it comes down to an investment, if you're going to invest your money in something, if you're going to trade your money in something, what qualities do you want that investment to have? Are you going to take advantage of just any opportunity? If I'm like, hey, I have this iPhone, buy it for $1,000. Will you buy it? Well, no. As an investor, as a trader, I want to make sure that the margin of profit is worth it, that it's worth my time, that it's worth my money, so I can sell it for a profit. And again, the opportunity cost is worth it. So what qualities would I want in something when it comes down to trading? So someone called out AMC, right? Look at the price point of AMC. What would be a reason on why I would buy it and why I wouldn't? Looking at previous patterns, what are some good and bad qualities? Again, I'm not saying that it's a good or bad trade. I just want to hear you guys out. Overbought according to the RSI. Overbought. SMA as a resistance. SMA would be more of a support, right? Trending up. So trending up, that's a good indication of something that's showing signs of an uptrend. RSI is overextended. Looking at previous patterns, it got rejected there before, so it makes sense on why it can get rejected there again. And then looking at the MACD, it looks like it has potential. So looking at previous patterns and how it's been trading, it looks like it has potential based off how it pushed up and then sold off, and then it pushed up and then sold off. It pushed up, became overbought. It makes sense on why it could correct itself, right? Why it could pull back. So it doesn't mean that you can't day trade it, but when it comes down to swing trading something and holding it overnight, which means that you can't manage your risk on how it opens, then that's a little bit riskier, because again, does the margin of profit based off of where it's at and how it's been trading, it's at a pretty high price point. Does the margin of profit outweigh the margin of loss? In my opinion, it does not. It's already at the resistance. So how much more can it go up? It's all speculation. But one thing that I can analyze and see is that this is where it's bounced at before. So it has the potential to sell off to that price point. So I just want to make sure that that's clear. Again, I'm not saying that it's a bad or a good trade. I just want to make sure that you're aware of both sides. So I'm going to set an alert to see if this thing pushes up above 1650. I'm also going to set an alert if and when it does drop below the EMA line. Again, I'm not saying that it will or will not. I'm just simply setting my alerts to make sure that I understand which way it's heading. If it's making higher highs, then guess what? My alert goes off. If it's beginning to sell off, then guess what? I'm at least aware of that. Here we go. Simply satisfying. MT MTSI. Here we go. Thank you again for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. So what do you guys like or dislike about this one? So MTSY. I don't know why that one's so difficult for me to pronounce, but might be because I'm Mexican, right? Looking at the overall high points and low points, would this be an uptrend pattern, downtrend pattern, or horizontal pattern? What's going on, Christian Rios? What's up? What's up? How you doing today? Not uptrending. What's going on, Colby, right? Justin Larson. Support, EMA line facing down, close to being oversold. Horizontal pattern, horizontal pattern, horizontal pattern. You guys got it. Keeping it super simple. Again, this is super confusing. When people see this, they're like, holy crud, like, what is all this? What is all this? What's this blue line? I'm a deal hunter. I don't know about you guys, but I want to make sure that anything I choose to put my hard-earned money in, I work really hard for my money. You guys must do the same, right? I want to make sure that I get the biggest bang for my buck. And I want to make sure that I get a good deal. So looking at previous patterns, right? I'm a short-term trader. I'm a day trader as of now. And looking at the overall low points, $16. Looking at the overall high points based off of recent patterns. This is all within the past couple of weeks, past couple of months. These are the low points. These are the high points. Looking at the RSI right here and looking at the MACD. What we know of it, it's downtrending right now. The EMA line is pointing down. Looking at previous patterns, this price range around maybe $15 to $16 is where it's previously has found a support. So it's bounced here before. It's bounced here, it's bounced here, it's bounced here, it's bounced here. It potentially can bounce here. So it makes sense on why you're paying attention to it. Now we just need to wait for the confirmation. I'm not saying that you have to wait till 17. I just want to wait for some form of indication of an uptrend and for this thing to not continue to sell off. Right now it is trading below the SMA line, which is not the most attractive thing, and it is trading below the EMA line. If you were to put an arrow at the end of this EMA line, which is this blue line that you see right here, which direction would that arrow be pointing? Down. Which way do you want your account to go? Up. So would it make sense, with no indication of an uptrend, to take a position right now? No, it doesn't mean that you can't. It just means that, again, if you're someone that's just getting started and you're trying to build structure with your trading, you need to make sure that you have criteria. So every action that you take, there's a reason behind it. You can't learn when there's no reason behind anything that you do, right? Because you just don't know what you did wrong. But when there's a reason behind everything that you do, and even if you do end up making a mistake, you can at least learn from it and what better to do next time. So what I would do here is I would set my alert for the break above 17, and I would set my alert to see if this thing continues to sell off. We could see with the MACD that it's a little bit more on the oversold side, and we could see with the RSI that it's a little bit more on the oversold side. So it's viewed as a good deal. But again, there's no indication of an uptrend. And we've talked about this multiple times within the Learn Plan Profit live stream. The more it sells off, right, the more margin of profit in the recovery that we build for ourselves. So make sure that you're extremely patient. Does that make sense? The more patient that you are with your entry point, the more that it sells off, the larger the recovery is, right? The larger the margin potential for profit is. So again, make sure if you're someone that's gotten into a position and right away it continues to sell off, patience. One of the hardest, I think, habits for the human population to just make a habit. And again, I'm no exception. It's something that we all have to work on, right? So I just wanted to talk about that one very quickly. Thank you guys again for calling that one out. So here we go. OTLK. What's going on, Carlos? OTLK. Here we go. OTLK showing signs of a downtrend, no indication of an uptrend right now. It looks like I like therapeutics. I don't like therapeutics company. Again, that's my opinion. It went through a reverse stock split, not something that is ever really attractive whatsoever. And it's been downtrending ever since. Looks like the volume has been picking up. I wouldn't make sense of any of it. There's no indication of an uptrend. The EMA line is still pointing down. Has very low volume. Volume recently began to pick up. Be very on high alert from that. There's companies that will pay for marketing for more exposure, and you'll see that they'll get this artificial volume and demand because there's so much attention being driven to it. It's most likely all fake. Again, if you don't understand why it's going up, why it's going down, why it all of a sudden began to experience more volume, the best thing that you can do is simply just watch. There's nothing wrong with watching. You can learn a lot from watching, right? Just please, please, please. You worked very hard for your money. Make sure that it works hard for you. That there's no reason to throw your money at something and be like, I command you to grow. Don't just be hopeful. Have a reason behind everything that you do. So again, OTLK, just in my opinion, I'll set my alert just for the sake of it, but there's no indication of an uptrend just yet, and it just wouldn't make much sense to take a position as of now. So Justin Larson is calling out ticker symbol FATE. My guy, Justin, what is going on? Here we go. What do you guys think about this? Oh, another therapeutics company. What's different from this therapeutics to the other one? Again, just me calling out like therapeutics. I just had a really bad experience when I first got started, so that's why I tried to avoid them. What do you see? What is something that you like and what is something that you dislike about ticker symbol FATE, fatetherapeutics.com? I want to hear you guys out. What do you like and what don't you like about it? So SMA line as a support, I like that. It's an ascending uptrend pattern. Normally, not always, again, sometimes it does fall below. Normally, the SMA line is acting as a support. The SMA line, if you look at it, it's trending up. That's attractive. It's an uptrend pattern, so it makes it that much easier for you to be able to buy and sell for a profit. A lot of you guys are pointing out that the SMA line is uptrending. I like that. Needs confirmation. I 100% agree. Nice reoccurring pattern. Exactly. And then some people are pointing out lower volume. So let's check this out. 1 day, 1 minute chart. Yeah, to an extent, I wouldn't say the volume is horrible. I wouldn't say the volume is too bad. Right now, it's definitely downtrending, right? So 3 things that were pointed out. The SMA line, so it's uptrending. A reoccurring pattern, what do we mean by that? Overall, low points, high points, 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 low points. There's this pattern, a pattern that you can pick up on. Patterns tend to repeat themselves. They don't have to. And when it's one of the last things, it's selling off, it's oversold, it's viewed as somewhat of a good deal, but now we need to wait for the confirmation. And that is exactly what would make sense, right? So what is it that we should wait for? Why or what should I look for when it begins to indicate signs of an uptrend? Well, look, you have all this data to analyze. So it sold off multiple times before like this. What did it do? Last time, it began to show signs of an uptrend and then reverse when it changed directions. It's not just like, oh, it just happened once or it happened twice. Look at all these times. Look at previous patterns and how it trades, its characteristic. Pick up on a series of indicators, maybe some news that was released during those days. Again, just make sure that there's a reason behind everything that you do. And looking at this, it sold off, it began to consolidate, it no longer was selling off, it built a support, and then it began to make higher highs and higher lows. And then that's when the direction began to change. It broke above the EMA line, it made higher highs, it broke above the SMA line. Same thing happened here, same thing happened here, same thing happened here. Now guess what? Is the same thing going to happen here? Let me ask you guys that question. Is the same thing going to happen for ticker symbol FATE? Is the same thing going to happen? Is it going to bounce at the SMA line? I want to hear you guys out. If you guys are tuning in and paying attention, we got it right here. Perfect. Colby, we don't know. So what do we wait for? Oh, shoot. Sorry. I didn't mean to hide that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to delete that. No guarantee, right? What do we wait for? Confirmation. Patterns tend to repeat themselves. They don't have to. This is with support levels. This is with resistance levels. This is with the cup and handle patterns. This is with like the head and shoulder patterns. Whatever patterns, right? Let's a T-Rex pattern. Whatever it is that you want to call it, right? Patterns tend to repeat themselves. They don't have to. Confirmation is key. There is no confirmation that FAT is showing signs of an uptrend. So what do we wait for? Confirmation. What do we have to be? Patient. What does that mean? We have to give it time. Damn. Kind of sucks, right? And again, it's the very simple things that are very difficult for the average person to begin to implement. So again, if you want to be part of that 10% that actually makes money in the market, then just make sure that your series of best practices, that your actions are according and working towards being part of that 10%. All right, so we got Keen Oswald speaking a foreign language over here. But yeah, all right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So Nate Pena saying, thank you so much, Ricky. I learned so much from your videos. I appreciate your help. Of course, that's why we're here. I really do appreciate you guys just tuning in. All right, here, I got you. Show there. I don't know why it's blocking some of your guys' things. I think we might have this like filter set up. But all right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. We've gone through 5. We're going to be doing 5 more. And again, if I don't get through your ticker call out, just make sure that you share it in our private group chats and then just tag me in whatever group you're part, Tech Solutions or Learn Plan Profit. Ticker symbol AMD. What's going on? Static fall. AMD. Here we go. Alrighty. What do you guys see with AMD? Is it good? Is it bad? What's going on, Justin? What's going on, Justin? Is it good? Is it bad? It's uptrending. The SMA line is pushing up. Looking at previous highs, we're definitely at a price point that's a little bit more on the overbought side. The MACD, because it's consolidating for so long, I mean, I wish it would have sold off perfectly to the SMA line, built that nice little margin, and then recovered. But guess what? It just began to consolidate and built this divergence. Again, the MACD is beginning to recover. And these are the ones that I don't really like because now it's just consolidated for so long that I'm struggling to identify, is the uptrend going to continue? Is it just going to begin to sell off here? We don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set an alert to see if this thing begins to make higher highs or if this thing begins to actually sell off. Here we go. Boom. There we go. Set an alert down here, set an alert up here. We don't know exactly which direction it's going to be headed. We can see based off previous patterns that our potential resistance might be right around $30. So if it does begin to uptrend, nice little margin. But again, we do not know. So if it begins to sell off, then again, that's where your patience is going to pay off. Confirmation is key. When we said that before. So I know I did. Let me go ahead and break down this one because I said his name and I don't think I'm going to find this thing anymore. So we got LLY, showing signs of an uptrend pattern. It looks like it received quite a bit of volume right here, but it's been selling off and recently broke below the SMA line. It has recovered below the SMA line before based off previous patterns. We don't know if it's going to do it again. So again, the EMA line is pointing down. It broke below the SMA line. Those are cons, things that are not necessarily super attractive about LLY right now. What are some pros? Look at the RSI. It's extremely oversold based off of the RSI indicator. Look at the MACD. It makes sense on why it can begin to recover. Look at the overall pattern. The direction is something that is kind of attractive. So again, there are some good qualities about this. There are some qualities that maybe I might want to just simply wait for the confirmation on. Let's say we get in an average purchase price of 125 and sell it around 130, 3.7%. Again, not a huge margin. It's not horrible. If you like the pattern, it resonates well with you, and you read into the company and you like it, then maybe you can set up a plan that can work well for you. If it just doesn't meet your criteria, then guess what? Guess what's amazing about the stock market? You trade what you want to trade. There's not one person that should decide where you should trade and invest your hard-earned money. And that's something that we've explained from the very beginning. What's the goal? What's the goal for each and every single one of you? Is my goal for all the people that I have part of TechBet Solutions and Learn Plan Profit, right? The people that, are part of our team that get to watch me trade live. Is my goal for them to always have to watch me trade live? Is that always what I want? Does that make sense? Do you always just want to wake up and have to watch me trade live to do well, to understand the market? What's the goal as a trader? What's the goal as an entrepreneur? And what's the goal as an investor? To become self-sufficient, to learn, and to cherry pick the series of best practices that you like that I share. But to cherry pick the series of best practices that you like from others as well. I've never been someone that's tried to subjugate any other trading style. I've always empowered our Learn Plan Profit and TechBet Solution members to learn from anybody, to be open-minded, but to make sure that you approach it with caution, right? To make sure that you cherry pick, okay, I like how this person manages risks. I like how, Ricky locks in profit. I don't like that Ricky trades ETFs, but I like how this person trades this. Again, whatever the case may be, you cherry pick the series of best practices from other people that resonate well with you, that make sense, that work well with you, and you develop, your own little trading strategy, and that's what you go off of. You continue to refine it, you never give up, and then at the end of the day, with patience, with time, you can develop your nice little trading strategy that can assist you in hitting your weekly goal. But how do you do that? It's working towards being self-sufficient, not paying for alerts, not being told where to buy and where to sell, but being self-sufficient. So I hope that's something that you guys can write down and that can make sense. ES, that's a future, is it not? ES, that's the S&P 500 future. Ticker symbol TELL. What's going on, Juan? Here we go. I have a cousin named Juan. Here we go. TELL. So the overall SMA line is pointing up. It's showing signs of an uptrend pattern. It looks like it pushed up to highs of 1229 and then began to sell off, began to consolidate so it no longer was selling off, and then began to show signs of an uptrend. Has this happened before? It pushed up, it sold off, it built a support. 3 stages in a reversal. We've talked about this. Rejection when it sells off, consolidation when it begins to flatline, and confirmation when it breaks above the EMA line. Where are we at right now? Where are we at? 3 stages of a reversal. Are we at rejection, consolidation, or confirmation? Where are we at? I would say that we're in between consolidation and confirmation. It's very early, right? We've talked about this multiple times. People think that one day above the EMA line is confirmation. That on the 180-day chart, you can see that Friday, it had a green day above the EMA line and it closed it above the EMA line. That's one day. One day out of 180 days, and you're really going to think that, okay, this is it. I'm triggered. Boom, getting in. All in. No, why not just give it a little bit more time? If you take a smaller position, great, you have some skin in the game. But again, approach it with ease. This isn't something that you want to approach super aggressively. At least that's not my approach, and just try to make it or break it. Take it with ease, right? Yes, it's showing signs of a potential reversal. Now let's just wait to see if this thing continues to make higher highs like it's done before. And if it does, then guess what? You were patient. You found and developed a series of best practices that assisted you with this, and you can slowly begin to average up at your own discretion, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set an alert if this thing begins to make higher highs, but just as much as it could go up, what can it do? It could go down, right? What? Oh, got Justin talking to himself over there. No, just kidding. So the next one that we're going to be talking about, so I appreciate you calling this one out as well. The next one that we're going to be talking about is, I appreciate these little emojis. Okay, trying to be creative with this, is ticker symbol WVE. WVE, here we go. All right, what do we think about this? I'm going to try to go through these a little bit quicker. So we see that it's oversold. Look at the RSI. It's trying to consolidate, so it's been trying to flatline based off previous patterns. Okay, the SMA line is pointing down, and it's been kind of making these lower lows and lower highs. I don't find that to be very attractive. I find the MACD and the RSI to be attractive, and based off previous price points and patterns, the price point doesn't seem horrible. It makes sense on why it can begin to recover. It doesn't mean that it has to. So what I would do is, again, just like we've talked about it multiple times, just wait for some form of indication of an uptrend. We can set an alert there, and we could also set an alert if and when it does break above the overall EMA line. But just as much as it could go up, it could go down. So we're going to make sure that we set alerts on both sides. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Who is going to be our last one? God bless you for doing all that. You're doing great. Appreciate that. Mr. Freddy Fingers, I appreciate that. Thank you. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm going to keep watching. That guy, PS. Well, first of all, I appreciate your time. And again, I know it could sound like almost a foreign language. I know sometimes I get too excited and I speak too quick, but I want you to know that, it all comes with time. So if you're someone that's interested, again, in learning how to trade, make sure you start paper trading, practice everything that you learn. And if you see and you have a passion for it, then, don't give up. Just do it at your own pace. So the last one, let's see. We might, if I go through them pretty quick, I think I can do a couple. David Eves. So we got ticker symbol X right here. Let's see. Strong downward pattern. Overall SMA line is pointing down. I remember this one. This is ticker. Holy crud! Wow, this one took a turn for the worst. God damn. Here, look at this. I used to trade this when this thing was at like $30 to $40. All the time. That's crazy. I remember this one. But yeah, showing huge signs of a sell-off. Again, if it begins to show signs of a recovery, big picture, it would make sense on why this can potentially be a swing trade. But as of right now, yeah, it's not something that I would really want to touch. Yes, on a descending pattern. So first of all, yes, you can make money as something is selling off if you know how to be able to buy the dip, sell as it pushes up, and lock in profits right away. There's a huge risk when it comes down to trading descending patterns because the overall direction is not in your favor. So being able to sell for a profit and make sure that it's above your overall entry point is sometimes super difficult and, again, just very risky. So I just want you to know that, and that's something that just adds another layer of risk when it comes down to taking your next position. Let's go ahead and do one more. Ticker symbol RBZ. Here we go. RBZ. Boom, boom, boom. Do you guys mind if I do a couple more? This one's all over the place. I don't like this one at all. Looks like a bunch. Yeah, I would not touch this one. Here, yeah, all over the place. So, yeah, it looks like it's been manipulated too much. It's just not something that I would touch. Here we go. Carlos, VTL. VTL, here we go. 83 cents. You guys just love these lower cap penny stocks. Again, nothing wrong with that, just not very consistent therapeutic. Not something really that I want to touch. Again, you can see based off previous patterns, previous volumes, and how it recently, again, just started to push up. Guys, just be realistic with yourself. It's not like so many people are talking about, so many people are aware of it, then it's probably not an amazing deal, right? I would simply stay away. If you want to take it day by day and you think that it's showing signs of an uptrend and you can enter and exit effectively and you're managing your risk, then again, all power to you, but I would simply just stay away. Just isn't a series of best practices that are working towards a greater goal. Anthony, CRMD. CRMD, here we go, 920, pretty low volume here, 180-day analysis. A lot of consolidation. It looks like it previously peaked out. It's been selling off. The MACD has been consolidating. The RSI is decent, not the best, but it makes sense on, okay, it was showing signs of a very consistent uptrend pattern. It's not really showing that now. It really has consolidated. It hasn't been really making higher highs almost in the past 2 months. So that's something that you need to be very well aware of. Again, it's when patterns tend to change overall direction, the SMA line isn't really pushing up anymore. It's almost flatlining. So it makes sense on almost why it can begin to downtrend. So just be sure that you're extremely patient with that entry, because again, the more patient that you are with your entry point, the larger margin of profit and the recovery that you can build for yourself. So let's just make sure that we get in an effective and efficient price point. Ticker symbol SPY, Hugo. This one has to do with the overall S&P 500. So this would be /ES that I would follow when trying to decide which one's going up and which one's going down. I think SPY is extremely overbought, overextended. Looking at previous patterns, it makes sense on why it can begin to pull back, just like we've seen with /, if I'm not mistaken, ES. Super overbought, super overextended, and you can see that it's not a good deal. If it continues to uptrend, then I guess I see why it is that people are day trading it. Would I swing trade something like this? Heck no. This is like /NQ. This is the NASDAQ ETF. Super overbought, super overextended. And this follows with TQs, right? Super overbought, super overextended. This is the correlating ETF. What I would really pay attention to is when this thing begins to sell off, then guess what? We got SQs. That's going to be trying to recover just like it's done before. If you're not comfortable with descending patterns, please stay away. And same thing with SPY. Then it's correlating TVIX, right? But as of right now, what's trending up? /NQ and TQs. What's trending up? SPY and ES. So as of right now, if you want to take it day by day, great, all power to you. But just make sure that we're aware that it's not the best deal right now. I'm going to do one more, and that's going to be it. CAT. Let this be a good one. CAT. All right. Well, yeah, not the best one. It's just extremely overbought. I like the pattern. It's been showing signs of an uptrend pattern, so I appreciate that. Pushing up, pushing down, pushing up, pushing down, pushing up, pushing down, pushing up, overbought, overextended. Look at the RSI, look at the MACD, and up and coming earnings report. So I would like to get it closer to the SMA line to make sure that the margin of profit is worth it. By buying it here and trying to sell it somewhere up here, it's hopeful. Based off previous patterns, it usually doesn't even push up, based off of the past month at this price point, and it's just too hopeful and the margin of profit is not worth it. If it pushes down and begins to consolidate like we have here, then it makes sense on why it can bounce and why it could push back. And again, the margin of profit just is a little bit more realistic for myself. So I'm talking pretty quick. I think we're back, guys. I think we're back. So what do you guys think about today's Sunday stock talk? Did you guys like it? Do you guys think that we, it was too slow? I need to speed up the pace. What do you guys think? So again, if you guys want me to break down the stocks that you guys are all sharing right now, if you're part of TechBit Solutions, if you're part of One Prime Profit, we have those series of group chats or channels that are part of, where you could share your ticker call out. And just make sure you tag me. Please tag me, because then it will alert me. If you don't tag me, I don't see it. So can I saw the what? Yeah, if you're asking about the paper trading platform, so I'm not using paper trading, but Weston is going to use that paper trading platform. So again, if you guys want to see how to download that platform, then YouTube it. I have, again, the most popular video. Search up paper trading, click on that video, and the first link in the description, it sends you to the website that allows you to download the Thinkorswim platform for paper trading. And if you're part of One Prime Profit, then we have a complete breakdown on how to get started with that. Will Smith, what is going on? Drop a like. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. So I think they did great way to expose us to news suitable for technical trading. Yep. I mean, we're just breaking down stocks that our members see value in. And tomorrow, most likely, not 100%, but most likely, I'll be breaking down the series of stocks and ETFs that I'm going to be paying attention to and sharing the reason why I'm paying attention to them tomorrow. And again, those are going to be the ones that I'm watching, not just the members within our group. So I'm joining this fall. I'm saving and studying. I love that. So Presto, whenever it is that you're ready, we'd be more than happy to have you as a part of the team, as long as it's something that you see value in. So Chet Pat, member of LPP, what is going on? What's up? What's up? Do you make any long-term trades? As of right now, no. One of the biggest things that I'm getting into when it comes down to like long-term investing are my series of properties that I own, and on top of that, hard money lending, which is a video that I made last week. If you want to check out. You're the man. Thank you so much. Thank you, Presto. Appreciate that. You're by far the best. I appreciate your opinion. Thank you. Thank you. I'll take it to heart. You always deserve my What's going on, George? What's going on, team? So really do appreciate you guys' time. I hope you guys had a blast. I feel like my energy was definitely much better in this Sunday stock talk than it normally is. As you guys know, I've been extremely sick. Not extremely sick. I've just been sick. I want to say, honestly, more days than I have not been sick for this almost entire 2019. So hopefully I'm going to be taking better care of myself, getting more sleep. Because again, it's difficult to go live at 6 a.m. with the Learn Plan Profit team when I have a fever, when I have a headache, and when I'm running on like 2-3 hours of sleep. So overall, super excited to have you guys as a part of the team. Regardless, if you guys want to join our free trading group, we're the largest one out there in the world. It's free. Facebook, the link is down in the description. It says join our free Facebook group. We have over 200,000 members. If you're just not ready to join Learn Plan Profit, again, there's no rush. Just stay connected, right? Feel free to subscribe, feel free to like this video, and feel free to join our free Facebook group, TechBot Solutions. And we have a free group chat as well. On top of that, if you feel like you are ready and you want to take the next step and working with me on a closer basis, you get a lifetime access to being able to watch me trade live every single day. You get access and all the updates to the Learn Plan Profit course, which again is being updated at the end of the month. And then the last thing is, again, you get access to this private group chat, which allows you to network with thousands of members that have gone through the course already, and the overall quality of information being shared is that much greater. So you're surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals that are in the same level as you. So the overall, again, just environment is, in my opinion, a little bit more professional. So if you guys think that you're ready for that, I believe that's that first link in the description. We have a $40 off coupon for you that's like right below that. It has a little check mark next to it, and if it's not there, feel free to refresh your page. So again, whenever it is that you are ready, if you are, I would be more than happy to work with you guys on a closer basis if you see value in what it is and how it is that we do things. If you're not, then again, we have that third link in the description, which should be our free Facebook group. And again, if you want to stay up to date with the trading challenge or whatever it is that you want to call it for paper trading with Weston, that's going to be that second link in the description. So make sure that you subscribe to him and be sure to dislike all his videos. Totally kidding. Don't dislike him. He works really hard. Literally, he works hours a day with the Flipping Wheels group, and he tries to come up with new ideas. He's like new to this whole YouTube thing, and is really trying his best. So I really do. So I recommend the course. Appreciate that, Grandmaster. Dislike. So really appreciate you guys' time. I'm really excited to kill it this week. And I've had an amazing past 3 weeks. I don't think I've had one red day when it comes down to my day trades. And how funny would it be? I start this trading challenge with Weston, and then I just have the absolute worst week of my life, right? That'd be funny. Actually, not too funny, but yeah. Thank you guys again so much for your time. I hope I earned your thumbs up. Again, all the links are down below to stay connected. I want to remind you guys that I never reach out to you. It's always you guys reaching out to me. So if you receive a message from a fake Ricky account asking for personal information, I don't ask for any personal information. I don't trade for others. I don't ask for money, and I never give out my number. So I just want to make sure that you guys know that if you want to stay connected with my Instagram, with our Learn Plan Profit Lesson Library, with our Facebook group, all the links are provided for you down below. Please don't use anything else, and that's simply just it. Thank you guys again for your time. Continue working hard, continue following dreams. Let your passion be what drives your success. Make someone smile today, and like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note.